Okay, so what we do is that we'll do a quick meditation, 5 minutes meditation. For that matter, I like to introduce, anyway, I'm just wondering how many of you are not exposed to meditation. Okay, Sushmita, you're exposed, not exposed? Not exposed. Okay, expose, the girl over there. Are you exposed to meditation? Very good. Here, exposed meditation, yes. Okay, so what we're going to do here is going to be a very simple meditation, yet very beneficial. And the idea is that our mind, how the mind works. Of course, today's teaching is on the Heart Sutra, which is like the essence of the 84,000 teachings of the Buddha, and which is very precious, of course. And meanwhile, if we try to be little analytical, to be analytic of your own mind, how your mind works, and when you're a little stressed, what is happening to your mind? When you're a little unhappy, anxietic, what is happening to your mind? So it is like, say, it is like the water, and if you look at the water, and literally it is like the water, meaning that how the water behaves, this is exactly how our mind behaves. The same object, for example, say my hand, whenever I touch you with a very tender touch, gentle touch, and the moment you see my mind, see my hand, there's a feeling of appeal coming to you. Whereas the moment my hand touches you, it's so rough. The moment you see this hand, you feel so agitated, irritated. So likewise, the same water, if you see it in the form of an ocean, very placid ocean, very calm, serene ocean, is so beautiful. Many people, when they sit by the ocean, when the ocean is very calm and peaceful, and the daylight, sunshine, and the ferocious waves, very placid, serene. Many people, they get extremely profound, pleasant feeling. How many of you had that experience? Oh, good. The girl over there, or almost everyone. Very good. Okay, this is what happens. And how many of you been to a place on the shore of an ocean, where, not the beach, where the ocean, the wave was so rough, extremely ferocious? How many have seen such waves? Ferocious waves. 1, 2, 3. No? Okay. You have seen only the nice ones, not the bad ones. Okay. So we have to see both. You see both, then you will see that it's the same water. Do you agree with me that it's the same water? The same water can display two different appearances. One which is so placid, serene. Just by having the sight of this, your mind calms down, pacified, and a very pleasant, ecstatic feeling arises. On the other hand, it was last year, I was in Israel and the Mediterranean Ocean. So there, deliberately, my friends took me there. It was, what is that? Very steep precipice. And then the ocean, right, the ocean. So, and then there was a cave. It's not a beach. There's a cave there, and people can go inside the cave, and the water gets into the cave. into cave, and the warning was given there. Warning was written there in the signboard saying that don't go too close towards this, beyond this point. The water waves were so ferocious. Just see it. You don't want to sit there. It's so ferocious, very scary. Okay, now what we have to think of is that our mind is like this water. I'm not saying the ferocious wave or the pleasant serenity, the serene water. It's just water. Water. Now, sometimes our mind becomes so agitated, stressful, anxiety, and sometimes the mind is so calm, peaceful, ecstatic. The same is like the water, sometimes behaving so rough, ferocious, and sometimes behaving so nice, serene. This is exactly how our mind behaves. If you could see what is behaving outside there, the same water, one point behaving as the very serene water, on the other hand, it behaves very ferocious, very scary, and sometimes the flood, tsunami water, extremely scary, and then the tsunami and the tide, high tide, low tide, and when the water flows, it overflows, and then at one point it retreats. It sucks everything from the land into the ocean, and if you're there, finish, you die. You will be just sucked into the ocean. Very scary. On the other hand, when the ocean is so placid, so serene, just sit there, it's so meditative experience, very beautiful experience. Okay, so what I'm saying is that this is how mind behaves. So the same mind in one state is so pleasant, extremely happy, pleasant, and the same mind behaves in a different way, then that is what we call as anxiety, stress, depression, tension, anguish, and so forth. So the point is, we have to learn. It's the same thing. For example, it is like the same object, like the same clay. The clay, same clay, you make it into a demon statue. And with the same clay, you deform it and make it into a Buddha statue. You getting it? As you same clay. Same clay, when you make it a Buddha statue, you make prostrations. And with the same clay, you make it a demon statue, then you just see it as very nasty and something repulsive. Okay, so the clay per se is neutral. Likewise, our mind per se, it is not depressed. So now, when the mind takes a particular form, then it becomes depressed. It manifests in the form of depression, stress, anxiety, and so lamentation, and so forth. So we need to learn how to shape our mind in a way that it does not become disturbed. It doesn't become turbulent. When it's turbulent, this is what we call as disturbance. And then when it becomes chronic, it becomes the depression. So therefore, we have to learn how to settle a mind. The same object moves, not moves. Object remains the same. So we have to learn the skill, how to keep a mind not turbulent, but calm. How to do that? There are many methods. So one thing is, let's say that, for example, if you meet, let's say if you meet like Hitler, instantly your mind will become a little disturbed, a little scary. You meet His Holiness the Dalai Lama or Mahatma Gandhi, your mind will feel calmness. Object makes a difference. You're getting it? Object makes a difference. So one way how to keep your mind calm is by choosing the correct object. Okay, this is what we're going to learn here. Then the other one is by deliberately keeping in mind when it is like when somebody is having, what do you call that problem? Where the body involuntarily moves. Huh? Alzheimer's, yes. No Alzheimer. Parkinson's, thank you. Okay, let's say if I've seen such people with the very severe Parkinson's, when the hands they move so badly like this, then if it is next to the glass will fall. And if you're sitting next, you'll be slapped. So this is what happens. So when it's so severe, what happens? That people will tie your hands and so forth to your body, or tie hands to the chair like this. Okay. Otherwise, it can really damage hand also. So for that matter, they deliberately control the hands. Likewise, one method is to change the object, and your mind automatically becomes calm. Another method is change the subject. Object and the subject. You're getting it? Object and subject. Subject is your mind. To tame the mind so that it doesn't become turbulent. This turbulence, train it in such a way that the turbulence stops. The subject. Okay, now the Heart Sutra, what we're studying Heart Sutra, this will teach us how to keep your mind calm by changing the object. And what we do now, the 5 minutes meditation, is to deliberately to tame the mind so that mental turbulence stops. So there are 2. And within the object, choosing the correct object, there are various objects. Within the subject, taming the subject, there are various subjects. That is a little different topic, which could be more complicated. So what you do now is a very simple meditation to tame the subject, so that mental turbulence stops. And if you can practice this, and if you don't practice this on a daily basis, then the benefit is going to be nothing, is insignificant. So whereas if you practice on a daily basis, then like taking the dose of the medicines to overcome the chronic illness, then your mind will become more and more controlled, and then it will not go into the turbulence on its own. So this is the benefit. So for that matter, what we do is that seek the blessings or the inspirations of the great teachers like the Buddha, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and so forth. The mere thought of these beings gives you calmness. For example, for a young child, when the child is bullied by others, when the child remembers the parents, the child just feels like crying. You feel that in front of my parents, and this young child, age 5 to 6, I can just do anything, say anything in front of my child, in front of my parents. So likewise, you just invoke the blessings of all these enlightened beings who are there to give us tremendous love and affection, so forth. One, and then along with you visualize your 2 parents and all your family members and everyone. It's because of their inability to control the mind, that the mind behaves in its own ways, in a very turbulent state. And then nobody wants mental agitation, nobody wants mental stress, depression, but we feel depressed, we feel stressful. So because the mind behaves in its own ways. So you feel compassion towards all those beings who are suffering terribly, and you are in a way mentally you're talking to everybody, telling them that okay, I'm going to train my mind to keep it under control. Likewise, all of you join me in this practice. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Then what practice we're going to do is the single pointed meditation. One is the meditation, there are 2 kinds. One is known as single pointed meditation, and the other one is known as analytical meditation. For example, let's say the whole purpose of meditation is to light the lamp. If it is dark, for example, in the places, Scandinavian countries, in the winter, so many people commit suicide. You know that? How many know that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we know that in Scandinavian countries, so many people commit suicide in the winter. in the winters. The reason was the weather. It's most of the time is dark, like 6 months, 5 months, 4 months dark, 24 hours dark, and then the weather is so cold, gloomy. So when it's dark, then it's so depressing. So how to remove this darkness? It is by introducing the light. Say for example, if you want to read the book, Heart Sutra, which Tamil read. So this Heart Sutra, you want to read it, but there is no light. If it is dark, you cannot read it. What should you do? You should remove the darkness. How to remove the darkness? Oh, okay, now let's all come together. Let's pray. Buddha, please remove the darkness. If you say like this is totally blind faith. This will not help us. So practically, what will you do? You light a candle, or you light the lamp. So if you do that, then the Buddha will be really very happy. Say, okay, this is a very smart person, right? Instead of falling blindly, the person very rational, very realistic, very practical. Okay, so we have to introduce light. To introduce a light, what kind of light? Very feeble light or very bright light? What will you choose? Feeble or bright? Very bright light, brilliant light. But if the light is flickery, does it help you to read the books? It's very disturbing. It's very strainful to your eyes if it's flickery. So what should you do? You should make sure that the light is very steady. So this light, which is to dispel the darkness, this light should have two qualities. One is that this light should be very bright. Number two, that this light should be steady. Very good. Okay, so meditation, there are two kinds. Meditation is to introduce this light, and this meditation should have two qualities. This meditation, to bring this light, should have two qualities. One, the meditation should be very bright. This brightness of the mind must be given by the analytical meditation. And then not only brightness, but it also should be very steady. The steadiness should be given by the single-pointed meditation. So there are two meditations. The reason is to remove the darkness by introducing the light. And this light should have two qualities, brightness and the steadiness. So therefore the meditation should be two kinds. One is analytical meditation to introduce the brightness, and the other one is single-pointed meditation to introduce the steadiness. Very good. Okay, so what we're doing here is to introduce the steadiness. And the Heart Sutra, what we're going to study is the analytical meditation to bring the brightness. So then this will be a complete meditation. For the steadiness meditation, for the single-pointed meditation, what we need is we need 4 points to keep in mind. One is a body posture. Then number 2 is the focal point, and I'll explain each one of them. Then number 3 is identifying the errors of meditation. Number 3. Then number 4, applying the remedies to overcome the errors. Let me repeat. Number 1, the body posture. Number 2, the focal point. Number 3, identifying the errors of meditation. Number 4, applying the remedies to overcome the errors. 4 points must not be missed. And I met several people who said that, oh, I've been meditating for the last 3 years. The moment somebody says that I meditated for the last 3 years, every day, of course, naturally I will sense respect for that person. And then in the course of a discussion, and then one time the person said, now in my meditation, so many buildings are coming up in my visions. I said, what kind of meditation you've been doing? Okay, this is where people do meditation, but they are doing it erroneously. They are doing it erroneously because of not knowing these 4 points. So we should not miss the 4 points if you want to reap the benefit of the stability, the steadiness of the mind by the single point of meditation. So 4 points. Number 1 is a body posture. Body posture for a long run, for a good meditation for a long run, we need to have to sit cross-legged, also referred to as the Padmasana. Padmasana, sitting cross-legged, which is your left foot on your right leg, and the right foot on your left leg. This is the position. So this, if you find it a little difficult, painful, don't worry. If you're painful, then don't force yourself. Until pain arises, you keep it like this. The moment you start to feel the pain, again release it. Again, when the pain goes away, again bring it back. So this is how we will gradually learn how to sit in this position without pain. And for a long run, this position is extremely helpful, because this will keep your mind very alert. And whereas if you cannot sit by any means, you cannot sit with cross-legged, then you can even sit half cross-legged. Half cross-legged meaning how we usually sit down. That's fine. It's not, say, if you cannot. And if you have problem with the knee pains and so forth, backache problems and so forth, you can sit on chair. Even that is also no problem. But if everything is fine, then it is best to sit cross-legged. This will be extremely beneficial. 1. Number 2, which is so important, is body upright. Right? Okay, oftentimes what happens is that, okay, now I see that most of you sit with the body upright. That's very good. Including myself, when I was very young, how did I used to sit? I used to sit like this with the body bent. This is how I sit. Most of young people, they sit like this. This is a very bad posture. We have to learn how to sit upright. And for the meditation, particularly if you learn how to do meditation, if you start meditating properly for some days, few weeks, you can see the stark contrast in the freshness of your mind, alertness of your mind between the two positions. You sit like this, you sit like this, you see a stark contrast. You sit like this, what happens? Your mind becomes lax, your mind becomes heavy. Whereas you sit upright, your mind is uplifted. It becomes very fresh. Okay, then your head is tilted forward a little bit. Then the next point, which is so important, is eyes not closed. Eyes not closed, eyes half open, 45 degrees cast down. Okay. Tip of the tongue should touch the upper palate to avoid excessive accumulation of saliva in the mouth. The tip of the tongue should touch the upper palate. And keep the teeth and the lips in their natural course. Breathe naturally. Don't force your breath. Don't control your breath. Just breathe naturally. Then your right hand on the left hand. Right hand on the left hand. And the two thumbs standing. And the tips of two thumbs joining. Tips of two thumbs joining. And standing. And place the two hands. Right hand on your left hand. And the tips of two thumbs joining. Forming a triangle. Place the two hands on your laps in a restful state. In a very restful state. Okay. So this is your body posture. And while your body is upright, it should be flexible. It should not be rigid. It should. Sometimes when we keep your body upright, usually if you sit like this, suddenly somebody told you that you sit upright, and then we tend to make our body, keep our body very rigid. If this is what you do, within like 3 days time, you will start having the muscle cramp, body cramp. So therefore, make sure that your body is upright. Meanwhile, the body is flexible. This is very important. Okay, this is your body posture. What is number 2? Focal point. Focal point meaning what you are going to focus on. What are you going to focus on? Okay, 1. There are 2 things happening. Multitasking. There are two things happening together simultaneously. Multitasking. Number one, counting your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, very naturally. Cycle 1, again breathe in, breathe out. Cycle 2, this is what we're going to do. This is one part. Then number 2, while you focus your mind on the breath, we simultaneously visualize a very tiny dot, tiny white dot, 1 mm or 2 mm in diameter, tiny white dot between nose and upper lip. Okay, touch this area. Touch this area between nose and upper lip. Touch it. Your eyes are not looking at it, but you could feel it. What feels is not your eyes. Your eyes are not looking at it, but your mental consciousness is looking at it. Your mental consciousness is feeling this. So your mental consciousness is the one which is going to be employed for meditation. Your eye consciousness, just 4 to 5 degrees cast down and ignore. Mental consciousness is going to be employed to meditate on this tiny dot, simultaneously counting your breath. Two things happening together. Whereas if you find it difficult, two things happening together, then just focus on the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Cycle 1, breathe in, breathe out. Cycle 2. This is what you're going to do for 5 minutes. Okay. What is number 3? Identifying the errors of meditation. Okay, this is so important. The moment we miss number 3 and number 4, finish. We are turning the medicine into poison. No benefit. Better not do meditation if we don't take care of point number 3 and point number 4. Point number 3, identifying the errors of meditation. There are 2 errors. Primarily, there are 2 errors. One is mental laxity meaning mental heaviness, mental drowsiness, mental sinking. This is one error, mental laxity. And the other is the opposite. So the first one is the mental, is the inactivity of the mind. The mind becomes inactive. And the other one is the overactivity of the mind, mental excitement. So one is inactivity of the mind, mental laxity, and the other one is mental excitement, overactivity of the mind. So these 2 are the 2 errors. Should any of these 2 things happen, no need to freak. Apply number 4. What is number 4? Applying the remedies to overcome the errors. Remedies 2. Introspection and mindfulness. What is introspection? What is mindfulness? This is so important. Nowadays, there are so many the projects, there are so many, the retreats happening, there are so many programs happening, scientific programs, the mindfulness-based stress reduction, and so forth. All these mindfulness meditation, there are things that are there. Okay, so sometimes people tend to mix up the 2 things, introspection and mindfulness. These 2 are very different. What is introspection? What is mindfulness? Say you have a pet dog. If you lost a pet dog, what will you do? First thing you do is you go in search of the pet dog. So your mind, which is otherwise to meditate, this mind is like your pet dog. This mind, instead of meditating, either is distracted or it starts sleeping. When that happens, you have lost your pet dog. When you lost your pet dog, first thing that you do is you go in search of the pet dog. Going to search of pet dog is the introspection. To introspect what your mind is doing. This is number 1. Once you find a dog, then what you do? Then your job with the introspection is done. Once you find the dog, then tie the dog with the rope and bring it back home to tie it to the pillar of your home. Likewise, once you identify that your mind is scattered or your mind is in lax state, then job of introspection is done. Next is the job of the mindfulness. That is, like the rope, bring the mind back to the intended object of the meditation. This is what we should be doing. Ready? 5 minutes. Ready? Okay, pertaining to the meditation which we did now, any questions? Do you have any questions? Yes? To the mic.
I just wanted to know that why do we not shut our eyes and just keep them open?
Very good question. Okay, why don't we close our eyes? What's the problem if we close our eyes? It's a very good question. Say, okay, what do you do? Just right now, okay, look at me, keep your eyes open, or don't look at me, look at just 45 degrees calms down, keep your eyes open. Now close your eyes. Again, open your eyes. Again, close your eyes. Just see to the difference. Do it like several times. Do it like 5 times. Good. Tell me, what's the difference? Anybody? Sushmita?
Our mind is more active.
Mike?
Our mind is more active, and I think it's better to meditate with eyes open, because then we can
No,
practice it in.
just tell me what's the difference. When you keep your eyes open, close. What's the difference?
Mind feels more active.
What is my tell? What's your name? Shita or Shital?
Sheetal.
Shital, tell me what's the difference? In the first place, is there a difference or not?
No, I couldn't feel much.
You couldn't feel the difference?
No, sorry.
Okay, do it once more.
Okay.
Do you feel difference? No?
No, not sure.
Don't worry. Is there a difference? What difference is there?
What I feel is when I close the eyes, just mind like a distraction. Just
Okay, that's interesting.
distract.
Okay, mind distracts as you close eyes.
Yeah, just see many things like that.
Okay. The girl over there, do you see difference? No difference? Try it once more. Try it once more. Okay, now I will tell the difference and see if there's a difference. Say, when your eyes are open, there's a lightness there. When you close your eyes, it envelops. It likes a veil. Even though one is still dark, with eyes open, it becomes light. Do you see this difference? Sheetal, do you see difference? Oh, good. This is a major difference. So what happens is that when you close your eyes, you could see in some cases, you'll see the contrast, where you'll feel as though like the darkness befalls on you, like a veil comes to your mind. So the veil, this is the element of the sluggishness of the mind. The mind becomes inactive. So what the Sushmita said, with your eyes open, the mind becomes more active. So when you go to sleep, now I want to sleep, then you open your eyes, or what do? I want to sleep, you close eyes. Sleep means you go into loss of the control of your mind. So with the eyes closed, what happens is that mind becomes more sluggish, inactive. Whereas a meditation should be a very active state of the mind. Getting it? Active state doesn't mean that you should run here or there. Even to just keep watching. For example, the policeman or the spy They want to see what Sheetal is doing, right? The spy will not, the spy is very active or not, mentally, very active or not. Just watching you, active or not. Very active. Active doesn't mean that he will move here and there. He will not move at all. But the mind is so active and alert, watching, observe what you're doing. Any movement you do, he will observe it. You're getting it? Okay. So that is what is required for the meditation. Meditation is eventually to make you achieve the most enlightened state of your mind. Whereas close your eyes, it'll make your mind dull. Not enlightened, it'll make your mind dull. You're getting it? Okay. But when you become a very professional meditator, meaning that when you become expert in the meditation, when you become really expert in meditation, then there's no difference. You close eyes, open eyes, there's no difference. When you become very expert. Okay, one. Then there are some meditations which are to be done later on, not now. Later on, when you become expert in meditation, where you have to make everything dark. Close the doors, close windows, and put all the curtains. Some meditators, they deliberately do that. Put all the curtains and make the house totally dark, and then this they meditate. So these meditations are there. These are not now. These have to be done later on when you gain command over your mind. Okay, good. Good. Any more questions? Anyway, this question that I was expecting, and you asked it. Very good. Any more questions if you have? Yes. On meditation. Yes. Your name?
And
Your
my name
name?
Rinchen.
Rinchen.
Some of my friends, I have heard from them. They said like that. The Mahayana schools and Thera, is there any different their meditation? Some of my friends said that when they meditate, they close the eyes because their teacher is saying like that. But
that's very true. That's very true. This is a very good question again. Okay. Meditation, right? I told you the 4 points. The 4 points are common: Theravada, Mahayana, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Jainism. Any tradition which practices meditation, these 4 should be followed. Any tradition, good meditators will say that if these 4 are not followed, then they will say that you are not meditating. You're getting it? Okay. So there's no difference. Now the difference is number 2, focal point. I told you that what we're doing is one of the 1 million kinds of meditations. So some practitioners, they resort to one method, others employ another method, and which is correct. Both are correct as long as the tradition, there's a genuine tradition. It's coming from a genuine tradition. Both are correct. And in fact, say those who fall in the minor practice, if somebody has practiced Vipassana, got to do Vipassana practice, they can include the Vipassana practice in the minor meditation. There's no contradiction. You're getting it? So the point is that we should know, for example, say I'm having a dinner. Say the dinner that I'm having is the Chinese style. Let's say Chinese style food, and then I'm so fond of pizza, and somebody Rinchana brings pizza, right? Pizza. Oh, I like it. There's no contradiction. You can enjoy pizza. You can enjoy the rest of the dinner. It's fine, right? Whereas people who are sectarian, this is the problem. When somebody becomes sectarian, then the problem arises. Then, oh, this is pizza, this is the Theravada meditation, this is Mana meditation, this is Tibetan meditation, this is Chinese meditation, or this is Buddhist meditation, this is Hindu meditation. Then the problem arises. Whereas in reality, you can incorporate meditation from Hinduism also, from Jainism also, from, say, the Christianity also, as long as these meditations, they fulfill the form. And all the great meditators from the different religions, they will agree that these four are required. If one doesn't follow these four, no matter what meditation you're doing, a Buddhist can easily say that, okay, even if you are a Hindu practitioner, not following the four methods, they will say that your meditation is not good. And the Hindu great teacher will say that, yes, he's not doing good. You're getting it? And likewise, Hindu meditator will tell the Buddhist practitioner who's not following these four, will say that you are not doing a good Buddhist meditation. You're getting it? So therefore, the point is that all traditions are good. We should know how to incorporate them properly. Now, eyes closed, eyes open. Eyes closed, eyes open. The point is, finally, these things are not difficult. These things are very easy. Eyes closed was the benefit. Eyes open was the benefit. Most of the people, they'll complain that with eyes closed, I fall asleep. You're getting it? Many people complain. Yeah. And then even if they don't fall asleep, they'll feel heavy. They don't feel like even standing up now. Right? Okay, initially doing like this, then slowly doing like this. Then, hey, now meditation up. They don't feel like getting up because they feel so heavy. You're getting it? Whereas with the eyes open, this is a benefit. Whereas, if you become expert in meditation, then I told you with eyes open, eyes closed, there's no difference. Okay, good. Any more questions? Yes.
Could it also be dependent on the individual Geshe? Say, for instance, if someone experiences more laxity, then it's better for them to keep their eyes open. But if someone's mind is usually active and distracted, then they'll be distracted by what they're seeing around. So
okay, this is again a very important point made. Okay, so basically, initially, there could be exceptions, very rare exceptions though, very rare exceptions. Initially, 99% of the people must try with eyes open, initially. There could be some, I do remember some people who say that, with eyes open, external things pull their mind. Constantly, for example, I'm reading like this, and then the book is in front of me. My mind is constantly following the book and not following the dot or the breath. You're getting it? So then, and if this is a very serious problem, then you must meet a very good teacher. Right? So whereas, say with eyes open, there's a problem. With eyes closed, there's a worse problem. You might become lax. So there are practices, there are techniques whereby you can gradually learn how to do it with eyes open, yet not distracted. Although initially you may be so frequently distracted with eyes open, but you can learn the skill gradually. It'll take a little time. Some people, they can learn physics very fast. Some people, they will take more time to learn physics. Some people, they will take a lot of time to learn music. Some people, they will take very quickly, they will learn the music. So even though it takes time, but still you have to practice it, right? So it doesn't mean that because that it takes longer time, then there must be another shortcut. There's no shortcut, right? But there could be exceptions. Just 1 out of 100 people meditating, there could be exceptions where the person closes eyes, and the mental laxity is not happening. For us, most of the people, the moment you close the eyes, the laxity happens. Where the laxity does not happen, keeps eyes open, it becomes very the discursive. Discursive meaning distracted here and there. Then you can keep your eyes closed. This is out of 1 out of 100 people. Okay, good. Any more questions? Okay, if not, we will do, Heart Sutra, I don't know. Today what you'll do is that we will do what is known as, which is going to be like the ground. And the next session meaning The next Friday is going to be the Tibetan. Okay, so whenever is the next, we will do the Heart Sutra. Today, I'd like to introduce you to what is known as the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature concept. This is so important. Okay, and because we don't have much time, it's already 7, so we have now another like half an hour. Okay, so I'd like to introduce this concept. So the Buddha nature. Buddha nature, Buddha, it doesn't mean Buddhism. Keep this in mind. Buddha doesn't mean Buddhism. Buddha means in Sanskrit, it's a Sanskrit word, it means the enlightened one. Enlightened one. You getting it? Enlightened one. Awakened one. So they are all the traditions, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Baha'i, all these traditions, they have produced enlightened beings. And the fully enlightened beings, they are known as the Buddhas. Buddha doesn't mean Buddhism. You're getting it? So therefore, the point is that when you speak about the Buddha nature, it's nothing to do with Buddhism. Let us not forget this. Buddha nature means the nature, the nature of the awakening. The nature of awakening that exists within each one of us. In other words, each one of us, everyone, whether you are a boy or a girl, whether you are a Buddhist, non-Buddhist, or whether you are rich, poor, educated, uneducated, it doesn't matter. Everyone has this ultimate treasure of happiness within you. The seed of happiness within you. Seed of ultimate happiness within you. That seed of ultimate happiness is known as the seed of awakening. And the awakening in Sanskrit, it is known as Buddha, awakened one. Okay, so with this, say if someone is a Hindu and following very seriously practicing the Hinduism, the person is trying to use Hinduism to awaken this seed. Likewise, Jaina, somebody who is following the Jainism and seriously practicing the Jainism, so they are using the Jainism to activate the seed. Likewise, Christianity. Likewise, Muslims. Likewise, Zoroastrianism, Parsis, and then the Baha'is, Sikhs. Okay, so the point is that each one of us, we have the seed of perfection. You're getting it? Seed of perfection. Okay, what does it mean by seed of perfection? Seed of perfection means, okay, tell me, this is very important. As this class, sometimes I will ask questions to you. You be interactive. It's going to be interactive. You give me all your answers. Okay, say, what is the goal of your life? Anybody, what's the goal of your life? Sushmita, what's the goal of your life?
Happy.
Mike. Press it for harder. Press it. Keep pressing it for some time.
To be happy and have a stable mind.
To be happy and to have a stable mind. Very good.
Happy and
Mike. If possible, mention your name.
my name is Pradeep. My aim is to keep body healthy and happy, mind happy.
To keep your body healthy and to keep your mind happy. Very good. Hamala.
Geshe, to attain Buddhahood.
Okay, to attain Buddhahood. Okay, Sheetal. Don't imitate.
No,
right?
it
just speak your mind.
Yeah, it just changes a lot of times.
Okay.
So at this point in time, I'm teaching some low-income kids from low-income families. So I just want to achieve better education for them. So that's my goal as of now.
Okay, you want to upgrade their education level.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, Rinchanla.
will be happy and helping others and
To be happy and to help others. Very good.
trying to follow on non-virtues
Huh?
or virtues
And to
practiced on.
practice virtues by stopping the non-virtues. Very good. Namjala?
To be free for all problems and suffering.
To free yourself from your problems and
And all the sufferings.
remove your sufferings. Very good. Okay, the Badriji.
To be contented and to ensure everyone around me is contented.
To be contented yourself, to ensure others also to be contented. Very good. And then the girl over there. What's your name?
Mary.
Mary. Yes.
Be happy and live in peace and serve other people. Be
Okay,
happy.
to be happy and
Yes.
share your happiness to others.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, amazing. Okay, very good. So most of you agree. And okay, Sheetal, why do you want to upgrade the education standard of the low income families?
I don't know. I just feel that we don't have enough of good quality education in our in India. So I just want to contribute that way, and I feel
Why do you want to contribute?
makes me feel happy.
Very good. Okay. So now everybody agrees, right? Now everybody agrees. Okay. So the point is that we may diverge in the positions. Okay, the Pradeepji, why do you want to have a good physical health? You said good physical health and mental happy. Why do you need good physical health, Mike?
I want good physical health and happiness because if I have any rog in my body, दुख आएगा मुझे उसको दुख तकलीफ होगी.
Yes.
तो इसलिए दुख ना है, इसलिए मैं जो अपने आप को बॉडी को ठीक रखूँगा ताकि जो है मेरा हैप्पी रहूँ मैं.
Again, happiness.
Again,
So when you're physically when you're fit and fine, you feel happy. Physically when you are suffering from ailments or sickness, illness, then you are unhappy. So now we all agree, Mary and everybody agrees, right? Mary, your job is to keep yourself happy, right? Yes. So all of us, Ranjana happy, Namjala, right? To get rid of suffering, to have happiness. Okay, we all agree now. Okay. This is so important to identify what you are looking for. You're getting it? What we are looking for. This is so important. So now we have identified that we are looking for, although the Sheetal said that, what she's looking for changes, but it's not actually changing. On the surface it's changing. Sometimes you like pizza, other times you like the scoop. Right? You're from Ladakh? No, from?
I'm from Bombay.
From Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai, what's the unique food of Mumbai? Huh?
Maybe pav bhaji or vada
Okay,
pav.
let's say. Sometimes you like to have the pizza, sometimes you like to have pav bhaji, right? And sometimes you like to have chow mein. Okay, so it changes, but deep inside it does not change. Today I like, the Sheetal, the pav bhaji is inferior from Mumbai pav bhaji. I'm fed up with the pav bhaji. I've been eating this since my childhood. Now I don't want it anymore. I like to try the what? Dal bhat, right? Rice and dal. I like to try this because today with rice and dal it makes me happy. Not with pav bhaji. On other days with pav bhaji, I become happy. So deep inside what we seek is happiness. This never changes. What makes me happy can change. You're getting it? What makes me happy can change. But what I seek, ultimately what I seek is something which does not change. It's just common to all of us. In other words, what we are seeking is, we are seeking happiness. Okay, my next question. What degree of happiness do you seek? 100%? Or 10%? Mary? What degree of happiness do you seek? 100% or 10%? Huh? What degree of happiness do you seek? You seek 100% happiness or 10% happiness?
100%.
100%. Very good. Vinchana? 100%. Okay. Shito? Pradeep?
No.
100%. Yes. Okay. Badriji? Of course, we all seek 100% happiness. And in our life, is it true that your life is confronted with tension, stress? Shidal, you like the tension, stress? You don't like. So you want to get rid of the tension and stress. So what degree of tension, stress you want to get rid of? 10% or 100%? If possible, 100%. How many of you agree with us? We all agree. Now from this, what we learn is that deep inside me, what I'm looking for is that I want to get rid of all my problems, which Namgyala said, and I want to have the maximum happiness. How many of you agree with me? Okay, who is that? The boys or the girls? Huh? All. And who is that? Buddhist or non-Buddhist? All. And who is that? Educated or uneducated? Everyone as per. Don't let us not forget this. We are all equal. We are all equal in wanting to get rid of all the sufferings and to have the maximum happiness. Let's not forget this. Okay. With this in mind, the next question is, can we achieve that? Can we achieve that? Okay, give me your thoughts. I'm not asking for your politically correct answer. Give me your thoughts. Is it achievable to get rid of all the suffering and to have the 100% happiness? Achievable? Just speak your mind, Sushmita.
We would like to, but I don't think it's possible to get rid of.
So the answer is we would like to, but I don't think it is possible. Pradeepji? Just speak your mind. Just speak your mind.
हमने अपने मतलब विचारों में मतलब संकल्प कर लिया कि हमने जो है ये दुख को हटाना है, तो हम उस दुख को हटा के सुख ले आ सकते हैं.
Is possible?
It is possible.
Okay, good. Hamala?
Possible, Krishna.
Okay, Sheetal? Just speak your mind. You don't have to listen to others.
Don't know.
Oh yeah, not sure.
Not sure.
Okay, not sure. Vijala?
Possible.
Possible. Namgyala?
Possible.
Possible. Badriji, possible. Oh yes. Mary? Huh?
Possible. All is
Possible. Possible. Tinjumala?
Possible.
Possible. Okay. Okay. So what is important is, if possible, say, the world. If you look at the world, you see all different ways and means meant to give you happiness. But they actually give you happiness, not happiness, that's all question marks. Now the point is that at least we have identified that what I seek is, I seek maximum happiness and I seek to shun the miseries the maximum. This is what I'm seeking. Then next question is whether or not it is possible. Okay, so let us not blindly follow. Let us not blindly follow, oh, the Buddha said it is possible, Jesus Christ said it is possible, the Ram said it is possible, Prophet Muhammad said it is possible, Baha'u'llah said it is possible, or Zoroaster, the founder of the Zoroastrianism, Zoroaster said it is possible. Don't just follow like this. You're getting it? Don't just blindly follow. Okay. But it's possible or not? Okay, I don't know. The way Sheetal said, I don't know. Okay. And in some cases, you may think that, I don't think it's possible. There is no harm. There's no harm in positive ideas. We have to begin from what do you think. From there we have to begin. Don't begin with a belief. Okay, I think that's not possible. Right? And I don't know.
I meant that there will always be problems, but stress is always in our hands to manage. Like, there will always be some problem in front of us. That's what I meant. Complications.
Okay, the complications are bound to be there. So whether you have stress or not is in your hand. Complications are bound to be there. Okay, let's say This is a complication question or not? Juice in my hand, that's not complication. Why? Because this can create stomachache. Huh? Okay. Okay. So the point is, okay. So what Sushmita said, we will, we have to go in this direction in a while. Okay. Now, no. At least number one, we have to learn how to articulate your thoughts. We have to learn how to articulate your thoughts. Number one is be able to ask the correct question to articulate what are you thinking. You're getting it? So what we asked is, what am I seeking? What am I seeking? We ask this question. Then we got the answer that I'm seeking maximum happiness and I'm seeking to get rid of all my sufferings. Because you answered this question correctly, you got the correct answer. So now we came up with the second question. What's the second question? What's the second question? Whether or not it's possible. Whether or not it's possible to achieve the 100% happiness and to get rid of all the suffering. Again, we ask the correct question, right? To this, if you get the answer yes, very confident answer yes, it's amazing, right? It's amazing. This is what we all seeking, and then I see now the hope is there. You will never feel depressed. You will never give up because it's possible. Okay, so now to see whether it's possible or not, what we need to keep in mind is that okay, let's say, okay, pull out your hands and do the way I do. What did happen? Now what happened? The sound of a clap came into being. Sound of a clap came into being. The sound of a clap is the metaphor for the sufferings that we go through. You're getting it? The sound of a clap is the metaphor, is the example of the suffering that we're going through. This sound of a clap should necessarily arise through the combination of the two hands. Do you agree with me or not? You agree. Likewise, all our problems should necessarily arise by dependence on two factors, external factors and internal factors. Do you agree with me or not? All our problems, okay, each one of us, can you give me an example of a problem that you face in your life? Any problem, from Sushmita ji? Any problem in your life? Some problems you may not want to share with others, that's fine. Any problem in your life?
I was very poor at mathematics.
Okay, being very
school.
poor in mathematics. The mathematics, I hate this subject. I don't really like this subject. I'm so very poor in this. This is a problem. Okay, Pradeep ji?
जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ रही है तो याददाश्त भी थोड़ी कम हो जाती है.
What is it?
Memory,
Loss of memory.
loss of memory.
Okay, loss of memory. Loss of memory is problem. Okay, the brain problem. Okay, Hamala?
Geshe, not to concentrate,
Lack of concentration is my problem. Lack of concentration.
Just travel between two cities, a lot of physical stress, that's a problem.
Okay, so if you just sit at your home and automatically you come to the other city, or the other city comes to you, that'll be wonderful, right? Well, I have to travel. So the travel is the problem. Okay, Regina?
Whenever I have learned something, but that time I didn't remember on the time when.
Okay, what I learned, the memory, the memory problem. Okay, the girls did not complain about the memories. The boys, two boys. Namjala?
Memory.
Huh?
Memories.
Same, memory
Same.
problem. Okay. Badriji?
My mother fell sick and she was hospitalized.
Okay, my mother was sick and mother was hospitalized. Mary? Same.
Sickness.
Okay. Okay, mother was sick and hospitalized. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Angela?
Me.
Mm.
I'm not very well today. So
Okay,
that's the
today,
problem today.
stomach problem. Then the Chandraji?
Shortage of money.
Okay, shortage of money is a problem. Okay, okay. Now, shortage of money is a problem, right? And then Sushmita, what do you say? Okay, being poor in mathematics. Poor mathematics. If this subject is not there in this world, then you're so happy. The subject. Okay, the memory loss, right? If I'm able to remember things, that'll be wonderful. And then level of concentration. And then having to move from between two cities. Okay, Ranjana, level of memory problem. And loss of mother. Okay. Now, we see that loss of mother is the object and you as a person is the subject. You're getting it? Loss of mother and your mind. Loss of mother is external factor and your mind, whatever inside, there are two things, suffering, right? And then say the mathematics, and then mathematics exam, and then I come together, problems. Shortage of money, then I come together, problem. Loss of mother, when the mother is smiling, very happy, you are happy. And then the mother hospitalized, sick and hospitalized, come, problem. And the two cities you have to travel, and how I wish if the two cities are one. So that I don't have to travel, right? Two cities. External and me, problem. You're getting it? Okay. So the point is that we all pointed to the external factors. You're getting it? External factors. Okay. We'll do one exercise. It's going to be, okay, mathematics exercise. Very simple mathematics, don't worry. It's going to be very simple mathematics. Are you ready? Ready? Okay. So mathematics is going to be plus minus. Plus minus a simple numbers 2, 3, 4, not beyond 6. Don't worry. Right? Okay. You have to do the calculation mentally. Only when I ask you what is the answer, then you give me the answer. Otherwise, keep it with yourself. Don't say it orally. Okay, ready? 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2. What's the answer? 11. What's the answer? 11. You're not bad. Amazing.
This is not like differentiation.
That's amazing. Wonderful. You all got the answer. Okay, we'll do the same exercise. I promise not to complicate it more. I'll keep it very simple. Ready? Okay. 2 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 3 plus 1 plus 2 minus 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 1. What's the answer? Huh? Huh? No? What's the answer? Okay, now tell me why in the first case you were able to give the correct answer, why in the second case you cannot give me the correct answer, why? Just raise hands. Who's going to give an answer? Okay, Sushmita. Okay, Sushmita will give the answer later. Okay, anybody else? Sheetal? Why?
I think just the speed at which you said that.
Okay,
And
how I said it so fast?
yes.
Okay. So how many agree with Sheetal that I said it fast? Raise your hands. The Pradeep, I said it fast. Okay. So which means that Chandra? Yes. So we all agreed. Sushma, do you also agreed? Okay. We will all agree that I said it fast, so therefore I cannot give the answer. You're getting it? But I said it fast and your mind works slow. Right? Your mind working slow is internal factor. Me saying fast is external factor. And you pointed to the external factor. Right? If your mind works so fast, right? You will give the answer very quickly. It's very simple. But we are directed towards, you said it fast. You're getting it? You said not fast, speed. Right? You said it speedily. Okay, so we point to the external factors. We don't point to the internal factors. You're getting it? This is the problem. Now, finally, our job is, you want to blame the external factor, you want to blame the internal factor, no problem. You can blame any of the two factors. It's fine. But we must be wise. Wise meaning, blame in such a way that the sound should stop. Right? Sound is the metaphor for suffering. Your suffering should stop. So by blaming the external factor, if the suffering stops, blame the external factor. If by blaming internal factors, if the suffering stops, blame the internal factors. Now tell me, how many external factors are there in this universe to create problems on you? How many external factors are there, Sushmita?
Infinite.
Infinite external factors are there, right? Infinite external factors are there. So by blaming external factors is pointless, right? Well, why do we blame? We blame it so that if this external factor is gone, then I'll be happy. My suffering will be gone. But external factors, they are innumerable. Infinity is there. So how can I expect all the suffering to go away? How can I expect all the external factors to go away? You getting it? So for external factors, say how many you are happy when you are with when you're with other people. When you're other people, you have a problem. You say that I have no privacy. When you're by yourself, you have a problem. I'm very lonely. You're getting it? There's no other third choice. Either you should be alone or you should be with other people. If you're other people, there's a problem. I have no privacy. If you're by yourself, you have a problem. I'm alone. You're getting it? So therefore, external factors, number one, external factors, innumerable number. We cannot eradicate all the external factors. And even the external factors, which is supposed to be conducive, also becomes poison for us. For example, many people, they get killed because of the car. Car is meant to make the life easier, not to terminate your life. But in many cases, the cars kill them, motorbikes kill them, right? So therefore, even the conducive factors, they become the non-conducive factors. Okay, so with this, what we learn is that there is one great teacher, the great saint teacher, incredibly bright, brilliant thinker, Bodhisattva Shantideva. What is that? He gave a beautiful analogy. If I say that, okay, I want to go barefooted, when I go, then the pebbles and the thorns and the broken glasses, they prick my 2 feet. So please cover the whole Delhi with leather. Can you possibly cover the whole Delhi or whole India with leather? No, you will not get enough leather in the first place. Even if you cover it, then it's very complicated. So instead, what will you do? What will you do? If you don't want the 2 feet to be injured by the pebbles and so forth, what will you do?
Cover our own feet with leather.
Just cover the 2 tiny feet. 2 tiny feet. That suffices covering the entire Delhi with the leather. You getting it? So thinking of covering the Delhi is like thinking of removing the external factors. Covering the two tiny feet is like remove the internal factors. So of the external factors, internal factors, if you don't want the suffering, which the sound of a clamp is the metaphor of this sound, if you don't want the sound of the misery, either you remove the right hand, or you remove the left hand, or you remove both. If you don't want the suffering, either you remove the external factors, or you remove the internal factors. And to remove the external factors, what we learned is that it is next to the impossibility. So the wiser thing to do is to remove the internal factors. Very good. Now, what is your next question? Anybody? She knows what the next question is. Anybody? Sheetal?
I can attempt. How do you remove the internal factors?
Very good. Very good. How do you remove the internal factors, right? How do you remove the internal factors? Okay, so I think the Bombay people are known as Bombakarites. Bombakarites, it seems like if you represent Bombakarites, you are keen on the shortcuts, right? So there's another question before that. What are the internal factors? And then how to get rid of them? Bombakarites, they want to go for the shortcuts. How to get rid of internal factors, right? Okay, what are the internal factors? And how to get rid of the internal factors too. Okay, all problems, literally all problems, they are created by the ignorance. The root cause is the ignorance. So the ignorance is outside or inside? Inside. So the ignorance is the internal factor, right? Internal factor. And along with the ignorance, there is another factor, which is selfishness. Self-centered attitude. This ignorance, if you want to know the technical term, it is known as self-grasping ignorance. Not just ignorance in general, but the self-grasping ignorance. And the other internal factor is self-centered attitude. One is self-grasping ignorance and the other one is self-centered attitude. Two. When these two combine together, and then as the internal factor, then the external factor come together, automatically, invariably, all sufferings arise. Okay. Now, the same of the two, self-grasping ignorance, self-centered attitude. One is ignorance and the other one is the selfishness. How to get rid of ignorance? Introduce the counterforce. Ignorance is like darkness. In dark, you don't see the reality. With ignorance, you don't see the reality. So ignorance is like darkness. Just as to remove the darkness, it is only done through introducing the light. To remove the ignorance, it is only done through introducing the light of the wisdom. The wisdom has to be introduced. Then for the selfishness, what is the opposite of selfishness? Anybody? What's the opposite of selfishness? Mary, what's the opposite of selfishness? What is the opposite of selfishness?
Sharing.
Sharing, very good. Sharing. Yes, Sushmita?
Generosity.
Generosity, sharing, Sheetal. Opposite of selfishness.
Selflessness, like
Selflessness, very good. Ranjana? Selflessness, compassion, kindness. Equanimity is equanimity will take you towards the kindness, compassion. So we say compassion, kindness, generosity, sharing, and the selflessness. In other words, other cherishing. Self-cherishing, other cherishing. You getting it? Okay. So the counterforce of this self-centered attitude is the other cherishing mind. And the counterforce of the ignorance is wisdom. You getting it? Okay. I'd like to introduce you to a very important point. Very important point. That is, what we are supposed to be studying is the Buddha nature. You getting it? The Buddha nature means each one of us, we have an incredibly precious treasure. the treasure of ultimate happiness. What are you seeking? What we decided? We are seeking not just happiness, ultimate, final, maximum happiness, and to get rid of all the suffering and fears. This is what we're seeking. It's already there within us. Believe it or not, it's already there within us. The maximum happiness is within us. And the fearlessness or zero suffering is also within us. But we don't feel it. You're getting it? We don't feel it. Okay. For that, I'd like to give you one example. Let's say gold. Gold. When extract gold from the gold, when extract gold from the gold mine, you take out the gold ore. Gold ore means the gold mixed with soil. When you see the gold mixed with soil, what is one of the characteristics of the gold? Gold is to glow. Do you agree with me? One of the characteristics of the gold is to glow, glitter. You agree with me? If you agree with me, but when the gold is mixed with the soil, the gold doesn't glow. For ordinary people, you may dump the mixture, thinking that there's no gold there. But gold experts will not throw this. Gold experts will say that there's gold there. How can I know that gold means it glows? It doesn't glow there. So what will they do? What will the gold expert do? What will the gold expert do? Will remove the soil, remove the dirt, and as the soil is removed, as the dirt is removed more and more, then the gold inside will start to glow more and more. You getting it? Likewise, our mind has the gold inside. But why don't we see that? Is this gold is mixed with the mental soil, mental defilement. This mental defilement, predominantly, one is ignorance and the other one is selfishness, self-centered attitude, and the ignorance. These two are there mixed with the gold of the perfect happiness and the fearlessness. When these two are mixed, then the gold doesn't glow. Okay. Now I will say, for example, how you have been in Delhi in the month of June. When is Delhi the hottest? Badriji? June. Ranjana, you are in Delhi in June? Yes. Sushmita, yes. Yes, June. Yes. Mary? Few days in June. Okay. How hot is Delhi? Very, very hot. Very, very hot. Okay, it's very hot in June. And then say if you have to wait outside for a metro or for a taxi car for outside, and then for like half an hour, it's terribly the scorching heat, and then you feel so thirsty. Then what I do is that I'm sure you all know the Yamuna River. Then I take water from Yamuna River and come to give it to you. You like drink it? Rinjala? No? Mary? You know Yamuna? Huh? You want to drink it? I take the water from Yamuna and give it to you. You want to drink it? Okay, Mary has no clue. Here, Sheetal? No? Sushmita? Why not? It's very polluted. It's very dirty. Mary, don't drink it. It's very dirty water, right? Very dirty. Now, believe it or not, this dirty water from Ganga, from Yamuna, if I subject this water to the purification process like reverse osmosis, ultrafiltration, so forth, all the water that we get, like the bottled water that we get, they're all from through the purification process. Okay, after this, now you want to drink this water? Yes, you want to drink it. Okay. Why you want to drink it now? Because, Rinchana, now it is so pure, it's purified, it's so pure now. Okay, this pure water came from where? From the Yamuna River or from where? From the Yamuna River. This Yamuna River is this pure. Huh? Yamuna River is pure? No. Okay, so this pure water came from where? This is my question. You're getting it? Okay, let us not forget this. Keep this for the time being. I'll give you another example. Let's say that the brass, let's say brass statue. And I see this, oh, this is a brass statue. I want a gold statue. Right? I want a gold statue. So what will you do? You remove the brass. You remove the brass molecules. You want to remove the brass molecules. So remove the brass molecules. Will it become gold or the statue will disappear? Huh? Remove the brass molecules. The statue will disappear or the statue will become gold? Huh? Statue will disappear. You're getting it? Okay, now tell me the difference. In the one case, when you remove the dirt, the water, instead of the water disappearing, the water becomes so clean, so pure. In the case of the brass statue, you remove the brass molecules, brass particles. Instead of the brass statue becoming gold, the statue disappears. You're getting it? Instead of becoming gold, it disappears. Whereas with the water, instead of the water disappearing, water becomes very clean. Tell me the difference. Anybody? Very quick. Very quick. Sheetal?
In the first case where the water is mixed with the dirt, so essentially the water was always a part of that mixture. But in the brass statue, gold was never there. It was always made of brass. So you will not find gold if there's no mixture of gold and brass.
Okay. So with the water?
The water was always there and it got mixed. It got mixed with the dirt.
I did not say the water come out. I said the pure water comes out. Right? Pure water comes out. Instead of the water disappearing, the water becomes so pure. Right? Whereas the statue was there, but the statue disappeared. Why? Okay, the Sushmita, you want to try?
Because the dirt was not part of the actual base nature of the water.
Okay, so
it could be separated.
Okay, let us all listen to what Sushmita is saying and then see whether your answer tallies with what she's saying. She's saying that what? The dirt is never the part of the base nature
of water.
Water.
It's separate from it. So
it's separate from the base nature of the water.
So it can be separate.
What do you mean by base nature of the water? The true nature of the water?
Yeah.
Okay, so the dirt is never the base nature of the water. The dirt is never the true nature of the water. Okay, anybody? Rinchana, you agree with him? We agree with Sushmita? Very good. Sheetal? Amala?
Water H2O is not removed. In the case of brass, you remove the molecules, that is what.
Okay, but why the water, why the purity comes out?
You are removing the dirt, you are not removing the molecules. Just water is as it is.
Okay, so the Chandraji is saying the water as it is. This is Chandraji's word. And the Sushmita is saying that the base nature of the water. You're getting it? If I ask what's the base nature of water, what do you mean by base nature of water? Means that the pure nature, the true nature of the water. And then if I ask Chandraji, what do you mean by the water as it is? Means the true nature, the pure nature of the water. This is what he's going to say. Okay, so in other words, what we are saying is that the true nature of the water is never dirty. You're getting it? Whereas with the brass, the true nature of this statue is a brass. True material is a brass. When you remove the brass part, you are removing the true nature. Whereas you remove the dirt are not the true nature. When you remove the dirt, it is an adventitious nature. You remove the adventitious nature, true nature comes out. And the true nature of water is very pure. You're getting it? So our mind is not like the brass statue. Our mind is like the dirty water. However dirty your mind is, however defiled your mind is, but the true nature of mind is never dirty. Our true nature of mind is so pure, like this clean water, pure water. Now, ignorance, internal factor, and the selfishness, the internal, these two internal factors, they are like the dirt. They are like the dirt mixed with the pure water. When they mix, automatically it becomes dirty. You're getting it? Although the purity, it is there in the dormant state. It is not visible. It is in the dormant state, but it is there. Likewise, each one of our mind, if the true nature comes out, our mind is as bright as Albert Einstein's brain. Our mind is as compassionate as Jesus Christ. You're getting it? So, our mind is as competent as Mother Teresa. So this is what our mind is. This is true nature. So that true nature, remove the ignorance of the two internal factors. Remove the ignorance, remove the selfishness. These two are not your true nature. Remove the selfishness and the ignorance. Internal factors is removed. Once the internal factors are removed, then the external factors, no sound. The sound of the misery stops. You're getting it? So the sound of the misery stops what? 10% sound of the misery stops, or 100% sound of the misery stops? 100% sound of the misery stops. This is the meaning of 100% happiness. You're getting it? So now, when you remove the internal factors completely, the way the Sushmita said that external factors, problems are bound to be there. Problems are bound to be there, but if you remove the internal factors, you will not be affected. Your peace of mind will not be affected. You are forever happy. Your happiness cannot be stirred. And your misery will never get into you. So this is a state where you have the 100% happiness with zero suffering. You're getting it? So the point is that internal factors should be removed. Once the internal factors are removed, then the true nature of the mind will come out. That true nature of the mind is the ultimate treasure happiness. That is known as the Buddha nature, awakening. Okay, let me give you one example, then we'll stop here. Okay, let's say, how many of you have in your life, at least once in your lifetime, you had a nightmare in your dream? You had a nightmare. How many of you had? 1, 2, Pradeepji, yes. Mary, yes. Tejasmala, yes. Okay, Namjala, yes. Okay, we all have this nightmare. Anybody who can share a nightmare? What kind of nightmare you had? Anybody who likes to share? Sheetal, you like to share?
I can't recollect right now, but something like as silly as missing out on going to school and your exams are there. Like at that point in time, it was a nightmare, you know.
Okay, good. Sushmita?
Falling from a cliff.
Yes, falling through it. It happened to me so many times. Okay, Pradeepji?
Somebody is standing before me.
Somebody is?
Standing before me.
Then?
I open it. Nightmare में वो सपना टूट गया और कौन था?
Okay, you're not sure who that person is, but they're quite scary. It's a nightmare for you. Okay, Hamala?
Geshila, ghost chasing.
Okay, ghost chasing you. Okay, Hamala, poor Hamala, ghost chasing you. Rinjana? Yeah, nightmare.
Suddenly in dreams.
Yeah.
So like a ghost and
Ghost chasing you.
Stranger man chasing me.
Okay, a stranger chasing you. Okay, yes, Namjala?
When I was asleep, I just thought something in my rooms, but just that like a ghost.
Okay, like a ghost from somewhere.
Somewhere.
You could feel somebody there, the presence of something there. Badriji? Missing the train. I'm missing a train. Okay, that's a real nightmare. Mary?
See someone chasing me and fall down.
And for
Okay, yeah.
somebody chasing you and then you
Yes,
falling
yeah,
down.
yeah.
That's true. Okay, the Chandraji?
Some unfulfilled actions in the morning come alive in the dream.
Somebody?
Some unfulfilled actions.
Okay, something which is unfulfilled, and then it actually happened in the dream. It occurred in your dream. Okay, so let's say, how many of you have dreamt of going to a shopping mall? Doing shopping? Sheetal, yes. Okay. Sushmita, not sure. Maybe. Okay, let's say, how many have dreamt of going into a street? Then the shops, right? Okay, now tell me, this is very important. Imagine that we're dreaming of being in Chandni Chowk, or in the where? Which shopping, what is that? The Oscars. No, there's one shopping mall which is called popular City Walk. Huh? The City Walk shopping mall. Let's say that we are in the City Walk shopping mall, and then you look at all these items there. If somebody tells you that, hey, you're dreaming, right? No, how can my mind create all the different designs, Levi, and what else? No? What else? Okay, let's say all these billions of things are there. How my mind cannot make these things. You're getting it? When you wake up, you realize, wow, it's my mind created all these things. Okay. So in your dream, let's say that you dream of somebody chasing you, and then you dream of falling. Extremely scary. And then let's say that somebody's chasing you, and then that person is about to what do you call it, suffocate you, or strangle you, about to strangle you. Then you think that, okay, now I'm done, I'm killed. The moment you say that, now I'm done, I'm killed, your mother wakes you up. Are you happy or not happy? Regina, are you happy or not happy? Sheetal, you're happy? Very happy. Yes, this is the expression. Extremely relieved, so happy. The person about to kill me, and then at that very point, my mother wakes me up. I realize that it's not true, it's my dream. You're getting it? Okay, my question to you. Why did you have the fear in the dream? Why did you have the fear in the dream? Why did you have the relief when your mother wakes you up? Sheetal, tell me why. Why do you have the fear in the dream? The dream is that somebody is strangling you.
Because it's almost felt like real.
Okay,
And you were scared.
Why did you have the fear? Was because you see the dream person strangling you as a real person strangling you. You're getting it? Okay, dream person strangling you, seen as real person strangling you. Is this ignorance or wisdom? In other words, the dream ghost seeing as a real ghost, is that ignorance or this is wisdom?
Ignorance.
Of course it is ignorance. You're getting it? So with the ignorance, the result is fear. You're getting it? With the ignorance, the result is fear. Okay, then when the person is about to strangle you, your mother wakes you up. Then you feel such a relief, extremely happy. Why did you have this happiness? Why? Why you're so happy? How many why?
Geshila, because it was just a dream.
Because you realize that the person strangling you was not real. It was a dream. You're getting it? Seeing the dream ghost as a dream ghost. Seeing the dream ghost as not real, it gives you relief. Seeing the dream ghost as not real, is that ignorance or this is wisdom? Huh? This is wisdom. Seeing the dream goes as not real. That is the wisdom. And the outcome is relief. You're getting it? So the ignorance, the outcome is fear. Wisdom, the outcome is relief. You're getting it? Okay. So the ignorance is not your true nature. This is the adventitious nature. This is the dirt. This is soil. Remove the ignorance and the wisdom will dawn in you. This wisdom will give you the happiness. Okay. So this is your true nature. Is true nature of your mind. True nature of the mind has the maximum happiness. When the ignorance comes in, that happiness, it becomes dormant. Dormant, it is there, but it becomes dormant. So our job is to remove the ignorance and to remove the selfishness. You remove these two, then your treasure of happiness will come out. And it doesn't matter whatever religion that you're following. You're following Hinduism, you're following Christianity, you're following Jainism, even non-believers. Whatever religion that you're following, if you're able to remove these two mental dirts, then you become the happiest person, have 100% happiness, and your suffering will become zero. So that seed is within us. That is known as the Buddha nature. Okay. Any questions before we stop? Any questions? Okay. If you don't have the questions, yes, Ranjan, do you have a question?
What is the difference between Buddha's happiness and our happiness?
Very good. Okay, the question is, what is the difference between the Buddha's happiness and our happiness? Let's say the gold. Do you know that the gold, there are various degrees of purity. Do you know that? Some are like 24 karat, some are like 18 karat, and so forth. Right? There are different degrees of purity. Same, some golds are 10% pure, some gold are 100% pure. Right? So 10% pure means 90% mixture. Right? So 10% pure gold, it is a gold. It's very precious, but 90% mixture is there. So 100% gold is much better. So our happiness is mixture of suffering, mixed with suffering, and the Buddha's happiness is 100% happiness. Very good. Any more questions? Sheetal? No. Mary? No. Kamala? Sushmita? Pradeepji? Chandra? No. Padriji? Yes. Padriji has many questions, yes. And very interesting questions also.
Keshila, what is the proof that we have this Buddha nature?
Okay, this is a good question. This is a very important question. How do we know that we have this Buddha nature? Right? Okay. For this, we have to study in this book. Okay, later on, at the moment we don't have extra copies of this. We are soon going to reproduce this book. Inside there's one text, short, extremely precious text, known as In Praise of Dharmadadu, page number 85. In Praise of Dharmadadu by Aranigarjuna. This is all about the Buddha nature. How do I know that I have this treasure of happiness within me? How do I know this? So there, Aranigarjuna give a very beautiful example. So from this example, you will come to know that, okay, I have this. This becomes like a proof. Okay, let's say the example that Aranigarjuna gave is that I said that, okay, Ranjan Lam and all of you go to study. Tomorrow is your exam, go to study. So there are two rooms. You can go to room A, room B. Both have very bright lights, steady bright lights. Go there and study. And you go there, and all of you ended up in room A, not in room B. And then I asked, why did you not go to, and then room B is very dark, room A is so bright. Then I said, why did you go to room B? What is your answer? There's no light. No, there's a light there. I told you there's a light there. No, it's so dark, there's no light. There's a light. So you tell me, how do I know that there's light there? You're getting it? So how do you know that there's a Buddha nature there? How do you know that there's a light there? Okay, so this light is like, for example, say this is the light candle, and then this is like the picture. The picture comes inside, right? So when the candle is covered by the picture, the light of the candle will be blocked by the picture, and then the whole room will be dark. You're getting it? So I said, yes, do you see a picture there? Yes, there's a picture there. So inside the picture there's a light. And how can I prove that? You getting it? So what I tell you is that you punch a hole. From any direction you punch a hole. Not just one direction, you punch a hole. You punch a hole, what happens? From this hole, a beam will come out. And still you may be a little skeptical, but there's only one light. Right? It's not a light like in the room A. It's not like that. Then you smash the picture. You smash the picture, what happens? Then the light will spread everywhere. Okay. Likewise, when we study 2 into 3 equals, okay, no mathematics. 2 into 3 equals 6. Very good. 2 into 3 equals 6. 6. But when I was 5 years old, I didn't know this. You're getting it? I didn't know this. I had the ignorance. So with the help of the teacher, then I learned 2 into 3 equals 6. So that ignorance is removed. And the beam of the wisdom comes out. 2 into 3 equals 6. Right? This wisdom comes out. So as we remove the metal dirt, if it is intrinsic, then the mind will disappear. So these metal dirts are not intrinsic. You can remove the metal dirt, but the mind will remain intact by instilling the wisdom. So wisdom is like by making piercing the picture. So you remove you create the hole there, then the wisdom comes out. You're getting it? Okay. So with learning, and then you learn more, the more wisdom comes out. So you remove this ignorance completely, then the wisdom, your knowledge will become, this is the nature. This is how we learn things. Right? Okay, this is very important. Likewise, compassion. There's a light of compassion inside. But I'm very selfish. I'm very self-centered. Yes, that's true. But this is not your true nature. Your true nature is very compassionate. So how? Okay, be with somebody like Mother Teresa. Be with somebody like His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And then you learn, okay, by being selfish, I suffer. By being compassionate, I become happy. And then you learn this, and then your feeling becomes so pleasant. Your selfishness is removed, and the other cherishing mind comes out, compassion comes out. And the more you do, the more the compassion grows. So this is how we can be convinced that there's a Buddha nature within us. Very good. Okay, we'll stop here. Tamula and dedication prayer.
Please turn the page at 278. In the land encircled by snow mountains,
you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenresi Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samadabhadra too realize things as they are. Also, I dedicate all these merits in the best way that I might follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with their dedication as praised as the best by the victorious ones thus God of the 3 times, so that I might perform the noble Bodhisattva's deeds. May the Supreme Bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase forevermore. as long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain at the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all beings without exception into their enlightened state. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization that deeds and the prayers of all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the three times and to the upholding of the Dharma of teaching and realization. May I all, through the force of this merit, never separate from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect will, like 2 stages. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma,